What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video we are going to be talking about England's last game that we went and played, Netherlands, in the UEFA Nations League semi-finals, guys. And let's just get straight into today's video. So we made 3 changes from the last game against Croatia. Talk about the starting 11. So we started with Pickford, Walker, Stones, Maguire, Chilwell, Delph, Rice, Barkley, Sterling, Rashford, Sancho. Now, just to let you guys know that I'm not going to be editing this video, just due down to circumstances that England are playing their next game on Sunday, so there's literally not a lot of time from now to the next game really against Switzerland, a third place playoff final against Switzerland. Overall reaction, firstly I'm going to start off by saying Netherlands were absolutely fantastic last night. They were the better team. They outplayed us. It's fantastic for them. Really pissed off that we couldn't really get the result against Netherlands. I think what has happened is Gareth Southgate has thought, right, I'm just going to put out that starting 11 and see how he can do with that starting 11. And it is not thought on that Netherlands have beaten Germany and France. So you would have been thinking, if they've been able to beat Germany and France, you would have been thinking, right, am I sure that this is the right starting 11 I should start against Netherlands? I don't want to underestimate them. What is the best starting 11 I could put out there against Netherlands to go and beat Netherlands and to give it everything, It's really frustrating, disappointing, and really annoying to lose this game against Netherlands, because when you look at it, who was in the World Cup? England were in the World Cup, and Netherlands didn't even make it in the World Cup. And you would have been thinking, right, England have been in the World Cup, Netherlands haven't. We had more players that were probably more experienced, and and Netherlands don't have those type of players, and England England on the other hand have been in the World Cup and Netherlands haven't. So the level that we played at against Netherlands wasn't good enough. It's not acceptable. The result, on hindsight, it just didn't go to plan. Yes, it wasn't our night, fair play, but hats off to Netherlands. They were fantastic on the night. They were brilliant. They outplayed us, and England just fell to apart. We weren't good enough, and we didn't put in a good shift, and the players didn't turn up. And I said it in my last video. I said the players need to turn up, and they didn't turn up. So, very frustrating, annoying, and disappointing not to win this game against Netherlands. But it's just one of those where we've really underestimated them, and Gareth Southgate's put out a team there, and he's just gone, right, I'm just going to put out that team, see how we get on. But he's not realised that Netherlands have beaten Germany and France. And when you haven't realised that they've beaten 2 quality teams, then you're thinking, shit, so what do I do? So it's not good enough. But first half we couldn't get going whatsoever. Poor first half by England. Wasn't one of the best first half performances. Second half, did we look better? No, probably not. So performance really let us down, I think. Wasn't one of the best games, and you've got to move on, and you've got to take it on the chin, and you've got to move on. It is what it is. You've got to move on, I think. And you can't really do anything about it. Yes, some of these players went on like the Champions League and the Europa League, but come on. Van Dijk played in the Champions League, and he played 120 minutes of the game and never got substituted. So I'll get into that in a minute. And so I've got a little message for the FA here. What has really annoyed me now for the last couple of days now is the fact that these England fans have really annoyed me. Now, yes, it's a nice away day in Portugal. You can probably relax. You're in the sun. You can have a few beers with your mates and your pals or your family or whoever's gone out there to Portugal to go and watch England play. Now, it's really annoyed me that the fact that our fans have gone over there and, you know, it's all kicking off again in Portugal. Our fans are not, they're not matured in a way. They like to really, and they like to really annoy the police, and they don't take things seriously. And on these away days, you gotta be careful of what you do. And these fans are just don't deserve to go on away day, because we're going there, we're throwing bottles, we're throwing chairs and all this lot, and you know the having it out with the police. It's not good enough, and the FA need to step up now massively, big time, because the FA came out and said the fans are an embarrassment to the team. You should be doing more, FA, because you are the ones that are letting these England fans go out there, fly out, and what you're practically doing is you're giving the English fans tickets to go and watch these games. You are not supposed to be letting our fans go out to Portugal and, you know, really be throwing bottles, throwing chairs and all this lot. Do you think that's acceptable? No, because for me to be seeing this on, you know, on social media and all this lot, it's an embarrassment. And as the FA, they got to step up massively. And if they don't step up, they need to. As an England fan, the FA need to do something about this now. It's getting out of hand now. It's not funny, and it's not good enough. Our fans are not matured on away days, and they like to kick it, and they like to kick things off, and they like to have a good old thing with the police whenever they go on away day. So I think the FA need to really step up now, and I think they're gonna have to ban our fans, because our fans, they cannot mature on away day. It's a nice away day in Portugal. The sun is shining. You can have a few beers with your family and your friends, and you have to spoil it before the game. So for me, as an England fan, something's got to be done by this now. It's not funny, it's getting out of hand, and the FA need to step up now massively. You cannot be fining England for this, because it's not England to be paying for this. So if there's an only way to resolve this is by giving our England fans and just banning them, you know, for our next away day. Wherever we go around the world, you have to ban our fans, because they just cannot mature on away days. They're throwing chairs, they're throwing bottles. It kicks off every single time. The police always get involved. There's people always getting injured. There's people, you know, dying from things, like seriously dying from things. And the police obviously are hitting these fans, and the fans don't like it as well, because they're getting injured by the police. So it's not good enough. And if the FA don't step up now, it's going to really frustrate me. So they're going to have to really step up now. And if you haven't seen a clip from in Portugal, I'm going to insert it right now. It's very disgusting, and yeah, it's just really, really getting on my nerves. And the FA haven't thought on of what had happened in France as well about 3 years ago. It happened. The exact same thing happened in France. I'll insert the clip right now. the FA really need to step up now. It's getting out of hand, and they need to do something about it. And if they don't do something about it, I'm going to be literally furious, and I'm going to be fuming. They have to step up, and if they don't step up, then, you know, I don't know. There's got to be questions to be asked by the FA. You can't fine England because they're not the ones to be paying for the fans just for all that crap, you know. So you're the ones that you have to ban our fans of not giving these fans away days, because our fans just go away abroad to any country and they'll just throw bottles, throw chairs around, and you think that's acceptable, and you're giving away tickets. If you think that's acceptable, Jesus Christ, you need to open your eyes and you need to go to Specsavers, and you need to grow a brain if you think that's acceptable. And if you don't think it's acceptable, do something about it, because I'm really frustrated with this as an England fan, and I'm seeing this on social media as well. So don't come out saying it's an embarrassment to the team. You are the ones that are giving our fans tickets to go abroad, you know. So you have to do something. You have to step up, and don't fine England, because it's not England to be paying for the fans of their actions, right? England should never be paying for any of that. So you can't fine England, because England is a team. You can't fine them. The team are doing that wrong. It's the fans, and the only way by doing that is by banning our fans from going on away days. So you have to give them a ban if you think it's not acceptable. That's how I'm seeing this right now, and it's getting out of hand now, the FA, and you've got to step up massively. Anyway, so as you can see from this title, guys, what went wrong for England? I think firstly, we had the VAR controversy with Jesse Lingard when he scored the goal. I think everyone would have been thinking, you know, let's get a last-minute goal. England have got the players to do that, and Lingard stepped up and put the goal in. They appealed for an offside. Was it offside? I don't think it was. I'm afraid I don't think it was offside. I think VAR has really let us down in this game, and we could have won that game. Jesse Lingard was definitely onside for me, and the game would have been finished as well. Wrapped up, finished, and that was it. So I think VAR really let us down, to be fair. I'm sure Jesse Lingard was onside. You can see that on your screen right now. And very disappointing to see that VAR let us down. Also, another one, defence. Now, I want to get on this defence. That is the worst defending I have ever seen by England. Watching them now, since obviously, you know, when we qualified for the World Cup, up to now, that is our worst defending that I have ever seen England put. You know, that's the worst defending I've ever seen by England. You know, we've got the likes of John Stones, Maguire, Chilwell and Walker. You've got Kyle Walker and John Stones that have won the domestic treble with Man City, right? They've won the Carabao Cup, the Premier League and the FA Cup. And they're playing for one of the best teams in the Premier League. And they're called up to the England squad and they can't fucking defend. And it's not good enough. And Barkley as well, you know, giving away the possession so stupidly to Depay. And you can see Depay's right in front of him, and you can see there's a man on him as well. So defence really let us down. It was a shocker. It was spineless, weak defending. We were a shambles at the back. What a mess we were at the back. So that needs to be sorted out for Switzerland, and I'm not putting up with that. I'm not putting up with that in the next game, even though it's a one-off game against Switzerland. I think we made way too many fucking mistakes. What I mean by that, we gave away possession. The passing was sloppy. We had nothing out of the final third. There was no end product. We got lucky by a Rashford penalty. So yeah, we gave away too many fucking mistakes, and we never learnt from our mistakes. And I hope Gareth Southgate's going to learn from those mistakes from that game as well. I said it in my last video. I said He needs to start the right team, and he didn't. He started the wrong team, unfortunately. For me, he started the wrong team. I would have dropped Sancho because Rashford can play out wide. You know where, and then you know who I would have started as striker? Callum Wilson would have gone in there, and I would never have played Harry Kane because he's not even match fit. At left back, I probably wanted to see Danny Rose play, but because obviously Danny Rose played in the Champions League, he let him rest, and he brought in Ben Chilwell. Another player that we should have saw, probably Eric Dyer as well, probably for where Declan Rice was playing. Dele Alli as well should have been playing, and Jordan Henderson should have been playing. So for me, started the wrong team, and these are players that should have been playing. I don't want to hear about, these players played in the Champions League and the Europa League. Literally about 4 of those players played in the Champions League, and one of those players didn't even play in the Champions League or the Europa League. So Callum Wilson should have been starting. For me, Callum Wilson should have been starting. You might be laughing, but I don't care. He should have been starting, and he decided to start Rashford in that position. Rashford can play out wide, drop Sancho to the bench, slot in Callum Wilson. But he's obviously going to play him now against Switzerland, isn't he? And tactics were completely wrong as well for me as well. The game plan didn't work. We completely lacked something in midfield and attack. Oh my God, decision making. What a shambles, what a mess the decision making was. Didn't make the right pass, the right move at the right time. Sorry, decision making was let us down massively in this game, I think. Sloppy passing, gave away possession so sloppy, and defensively, decision making mentally wasn't there. So yeah, massively the decision making let us down. Not enough chances were created at goal, I'm afraid. The work rate wasn't there, unfortunately. The belief and the team spirit wasn't there, unfortunately. The performance wasn't great. The game management was awful, unfortunately. Didn't react when we needed to. What I mean by that, we never reacted in the extra time. And whenever they scored that second goal, we needed to react. The players never reacted. And for me, they didn't react. We weren't good enough in the game, unfortunately. Not enough fight in the extra time, and not enough effort in extra time. I don't want to hear it if it was lack of fatigue or any of that bullshit. I don't want to hear it, because these players are professional, and they should be hitting that level, and the fitness should be up there as well. So I don't want to hear about fatigue, and I don't want to hear about these players played in the Champions League and the Europa League. So not good enough for me, and you can't really do much about it, and it's just a game that we have to forget. And yes, there's plenty to improve. That's Gareth Southgate to do, and Steve Holland, obviously. So they've got to analyse that game now and think where those mistakes came from. They know where the mistakes came from defensively, massively. We had no creative midfielder there, so we need to bring a player in Switzerland in the game against Switzerland. Bring in a creative midfielder. We need to bring in also a driving midfielder as well. We need players that can fucking take the chances as well, and that are clinical in front of goal and can take the chances. In the final third, so he needs to put out the right attacking players that can do that, really. So not much to do about it. You could see it coming once they got when they got their goal back. There's not much really you can do, but poor defending, very poor. It's the poorest I've seen England play in ages. Got to band the heads together now and finish it off strongly now against Switzerland. So our last and final game against Switzerland now in the third place playoff. Yes, it's a one-off game. We'll have to go for it. It's Switzerland, very last game. Switzerland, they've played us before, so they'll be going for it. Not much time now to prepare for this one. Literally Friday to recover, and then Saturday train, and then game on Sunday. So yeah, not much time to prepare. Switzerland have had the extra day to prepare, or they would have had 2 days to train for this one. Our players now have got to really, it's all about this recovery work now that they're going through today as I'm filming this video. So the players have got to be ready, I think, on Sunday. Not a lot of time to prepare. Obviously one training session and that's it, and game on Sunday. Not much that you can do about it. Last game in the UEFA Nations League, we know that England's not going to win it. I think at the end of the day, you got to go for it. Third place playoff, go for it. Let the best team win. I think we need to be physically, mentally prepared on the day, but not a lot of time to obviously train, so it's going to be hard for our players to change that now. The players have got to step up massively on Sunday. They've got to finish it off strongly on Sunday. We just need to try and prove that we're the third best team, really. It's a one-off game. Why not? We've got to be physically, mentally prepared. He's got to pick the right team. God, I'm looking forward to that. Jesus. Got to be physically, mentally prepared. Got to be ready on the day. Got to improve that defence. We can't really make a load of mistakes. It's all down to decision making, really, and that's what really let us down. Everything needs to be changed for Sunday. All I say is let the best team win. England have beaten Switzerland before in a friendly, only 1-0. If we can beat them in a friendly, why not beat them again in this Nations League? It's not a trophy, but it is what it is. One-off game, go for it, I think. You've got nothing to lose, give it everything, and let the best team win. Players to look out for: Rodriguez, Xhaka, if he turns up, Shaqiri, if he turns up as well. 2 players that play in the Premier League, obviously, to look out for there. And striker, Sefrich, if that's how you say his name. That's all from me. We've got to give it everything, let the best team win. Hope you guys have enjoyed another video. Be sure to leave a like. Subscribe to my channel if you are new. See you guys in a video in the next few days, and peace.